They said I was only a burden, an old shadow haunting the corner of their pretty living room. But what they never understood was simple. Silence is not the same as weakness. Silence is a classroom where you learn who people truly are. And in that silence, I was planning. It was Thanksgiving when the sentence was thrown like a hammer across my chest. Mom, could you just stay out of sight tonight? Maybe in the laundry room, so the guests can relax. I stood there holding a plate of pumpkin pie I had baked with careful, trembling hands. My daughter-in-law smiled, all polished lipstick and social media confidence. She said those words with sugared tones, but the meaning stung. I was dressed neatly, my hair combed. Yet in my own son's house, I was asked to become invisible. I walked quietly to the laundry room, where the smell of detergent mixed with damp walls. A folding chair sat beside the dryer. No placemat, no candlelight. Just me, the hum of machines, and the taste of bitter pie on my tongue. On the other side of the wall, the laughter rolled loud. Real laughter, young voices, wine glasses clinking. Each giggle pushed me deeper into a place I thought I had left behind. A place where I was no longer family, only background. Even then I did not cry. My dog, Max, padded over to me, tail wagging weakly. He rested his head against my ankle as if to say, "You are not alone." That small warmth kept me from sinking. It reminded me, I was not powerless. Because hidden inside my drawer, upstairs in that very house, was the real truth. A legal document with my signature, strong and precise, the kind of ink that decides futures. They did not know that the roof over their heads and the mortgage they flaunted still hinged on my name. My sacrifice had saved them once, but I had never erased myself completely. You might think I was angry. Let me tell you something. Anger burns hot and fast, but dignity endures longer. What I felt was not wildfire, it was stone. Cold, patient, and unbreakable. I remembered the years. Selling my gold bangles, heirlooms from my grandmother, to help them cover missed mortgage payments. Sleeping on the couch while they turned the master bedroom into a nursery. Signing papers as collateral because no bank trusted my son after his job loss. And then, when they got back on their feet, all those sacrifices became invisible. My furniture suddenly was outdated. My cooking became old-fashioned. My faith was embarrassing. But the secret was clear. They lived in what they believed was their home. It was, in fact, still mine to protect. Weeks after that Thanksgiving humiliation, I overheard them whispering at the dining table. They thought I was asleep. "She is forgetting things," Jennifer said. Her voice was cool, almost rehearsed. "If she resists signing the deed, we can push for guardianship. Judges agree quickly if you show signs of confusion." I sat frozen behind the cracked doorframe. My son muttered, "Yes, we just need her to slip up on camera. Record her asking the same question twice. That will prove incompetence." I cannot explain how hollow my stomach felt in that moment. Simple forgetfulness, the kind we all suffer with age, was to become their weapon. My own son, plotting to erase me legally as if I were a stain. But inside me, something sharper broke free. If they wanted a legal game, they forgot one thing. I had lived longer. I had taught literature to restless teenagers for 3 decades. I knew patience. I knew timing. And most of all, I already had protection waiting. The next morning, I placed a calm call to Mia, an old student of mine who had become an estate lawyer. She once told me, "You saved me, Miss Anne. Now let me repay you." By the end of that month, the papers were filed. My house was placed under a trust, named Legacy Haven in honor of my late husband, a veteran, and the hundreds of forgotten students I had loved as family. That trust was airtight. No guardianship, no trick, no whispered manipulation could break through it. Even if I was declared forgetful tomorrow, the home would remain mine, protected like stone under steel. And do you know what felt even sweeter? No need for screaming confrontations. No need for begging them to love me differently. I simply armored my future with documents sharp as swords. The cracks in their performance widened soon enough. A dinner party live-streamed for social media turned into their undoing. During a careless moment, Jennifer bragged about renovating everything her way and dismissed me as background. She did not realize the camera kept rolling as I walked into the frame, plaque in hand, declaring the historic trust certification aloud. Tens of thousands watched. Within hours, comments flooded. Protect Grandma. How could they treat her this way? Justice for elders. The internet remembered what they wanted erased. I did not build revenge that night. I built a legacy. The following months, I turned the house into a community hub. Children visited after school to read books aloud in the very dining room where I had once been silenced. Veterans hung their medals on the walls. Families gathered in the garden to write second letters to loved ones they had wronged. Instead of remaining a background prop, I became a bridge for others who had been erased. And when my son eventually came back, eyes hollow with apology, I handed him not money, not forgiveness as a gift, but a stack of unsent letters from strangers. I said, read them. Then ask yourself what kind of father, son, and man you want to be. He read quietly until dusk. And for the first time, his tears did not sound like manipulation, but like truth cracking open. So hear me clearly. Do not mistake silence for surrender. Do not label age as useless. And never, ever call someone a burden without knowing the weight their sacrifices once lifted from your shoulders. Because sometimes, the quietest woman in the laundry room is the one who already holds every key the house truly needs. If my story touched your heart, if you believe justice for elders deserves to be heard, do not let voices like mine vanish into the scroll. Press that subscribe button, share this story, and let the world remember. Wisdom does not shout, it endures. This is Anne, and you are listening to Zed Grandma Stories. Thank you for standing beside me. Stay kind, stay brave, and never underestimate the quietest woman in the room.